Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome to my channel Cracking IELTS 9.0. So here I am again with a new passage today. So this is Cambridge 17, Test 2, Passage 3. As you can see, it's called Insight or Evolution. So let's not waste any time and start the session. In this, we have questions like 27 to 31. They are like multiple choice questions, right? And from 32 to 36, it's S, no, not given. And 37 to 40, they are fill in the blanks. But these fill in the blanks, they are a bit different as you have some options here and you need to select from these options. Okay. So, yep. So let's not waste any time. Please pay attention, guys. I will be giving you a lots of tips and tricks to solve the passages. Please follow the video thoroughly and watch it till the end to get different strategies on how to solve these IELTS passages. I know that you guys need a good score in reading as well to score a good IELTS score so that you can achieve your abroad dreams, right? So yes, let's not waste any time and start solving the question 27. Right? The purpose of the first paragraph is to. So, okay, guys, I am telling you the first trick, right? Once you read the question, don't read the options A, B, C, D, okay? Here it is clearly given, okay? He gave the hint about first paragraph, right? So obviously we have to read the first paragraph and then we'll come to the options A, B, C, D, okay? Just read the question, leave it there. Okay, take the hint and go to that passage. This one is talking about the first passage. So we'll read this first passage and then we'll come to the options. Okay, that is our trick here. So this is the same thing we'll follow in the other passages as well. So keep it in mind. Right. So he's talking about two scientists consider the origins of discoveries and other innovative behavior. Right. Okay. So scientific discovery is popularly believed to result from the sheer genius of such intellectual stars as naturalist Charles Darwin and theoretical physicist Albert Einstein. Okay. Our view of such unique contributions to science often disregards the person's prior experience and the efforts of their lesser known predecessors. Okay. Conventional wisdom also plays great weight on insight in promoting breakthrough scientific achievements, as if ideas spontaneously pop into someone's head, fully formed and functional. Okay. Okay, good. So let's read the options now. What is option A? Defend particular ideals. Okay. Now, as we read the first paragraph, we should understand as we read this. Is he defending any particular idea here? Okay, is he defending? See the first line. Scientific discovery is popularly believed to result from the sheer genius of these scientists, right? So it is popularly believed meant it is a belief system which is being carried normally, generally. But okay, our view of such unique contribution to science often disregards. Okay, he says it often disregards the person's prior experience. Okay, so we don't consider the person's prior experience and the efforts of their lesser known predecessors, means the people who helped these guys in the process of invention, right? So we don't consider them and we don't consider the person's prior experience, right? Now, conventional wisdom also plays great weight on. See, he's talking about the conventional wisdom, means the traditional wisdom knowledge also plays a great weight on insight in promoting the breakthrough achievements, as if ideas spontaneously pop into someone's head. Okay, so he's not defending. Obviously, I think He's talking about popularly believed means it is an assumption, right? Conventional wisdom. Conventional means common type of knowledge. Wisdom, you all know, right? So, what is he doing here? Let's read the second option. Compare certain beliefs. Is he comparing any belief systems here? No, I don't think so. Disapproved a widely held view. Okay. Is he disapproving that? Let's see here. See, guys. See, our view of such unique contribution to science often disregards the person's prior experience, okay, and efforts or lesser known predecessors, okay. He says disapprove widely held view. Widely held view means popularly believed, okay. Disapprove. He is not completely disapproving her. What is he disapproving here? He is disapproving the person's prior experience and about the lesser known predecessors, okay. So, but not the view, right? So I don't think C is the option. Next, outline and common assumption. Okay. I think, yes, guys, he's outlining a common assumption. What is it? What is that assumption? See, popularly believed means common assumption. You see that? These two, they are synonyms, okay? The highlighted portions left and right side. You observe that? Popularly believed, commonly assumed, common assumption. They both are synonyms, right? And now outline. Outlining means highlighting, talking about that. Yes, he's talking about that. Conventional wisdom also plays a great weight on insight and breakthrough, as if the ideas spontaneously pop into someone's head, fully formed and functional. Yes, he's outlining this. See, in the first para itself, first line itself, he told about the popularly beliefs. Okay, so discovery is believed to result from the genius of these scientists. So, okay, so yes, I think D is the right answer. Okay. So let me just erase this one. And yep, I think D is the right answer, guys. Okay. I think yes, D is the right answer. Okay. So yep, I think we are done with the first one. Second one. What are the writers doing in the second paragraph? Okay, he's talking about the second paragraph. So let's not waste any time and let's jump to the second one. As you can see, it's a very small paragraph. So I think we should be doing it in very quickly. Okay. There may be some limited truth to this view. Okay. He's talking about some limited truth. However, we believe that it largely misrepresents the real nature of scientific discovery as well as that creativity and innovation in many other realms of human endeavor. Okay, right. I understood. I'll tell you a trick in this one, guys. Okay. Okay. Now, one more trick I want to share is how this word, however, okay. Whenever this word comes, you should be careful, okay? Because this word will change the meaning, will change the context and everything. Okay. See, read it again. There may be some limited truth to this view. Which view is that? This popularly belief. Okay. Now, however, we believe that it largely misrepresents the real nature of discovery as well as that of creativity and innovation in many other realms of human endeavor. So, what is he doing here? He says that this belief, it largely misrepresents. Yeah, this is the word here. So, we believe that it largely misrepresents the real nature of scientific discovery. Yes, yes, it is clear. It is very. This one is easy, right? Criticizing an opinion. Yes, I think so, guys. Yes. And with no doubt, obviously, yeah, he's criticizing here. You see, here he says it's largely misrepresents the real nature of scientific discovery. Means he's criticizing this view. Okay. This view he talked about in the first paragraph. He is criticizing that view in the second paragraph. That's what he's doing. Justifying a standpoint. He's justifying something here. No. Explaining an approach. No, he's not explaining anything. Look at this word. However, whenever this word comes, however, you should be very careful. Okay, the whole meaning will change because of this word. Supporting an argument, no. He is clearly criticizing. Okay, this is the word. Is however means the meaning has changed. means positive to negative, negative to positive, the context will change. Okay. However, this word will change the context. Okay. We believe that it largely misrepresents the real nature. Okay. I hope it is clear for you guys. This one was easy, right? Now let's move to the next one. In the third paragraph, what do the writers suggest about Darwin and Einstein? Okay, so these two are the keywords for us: Darwin, Einstein, and third paragraph. So let's do not read the options twice. I am telling you again, don't read the options. Read the passage first and then come to the options. It will be very easy for you then. Okay, if you read the options first and go to the passage, then obviously you will get confused. There will be a lot of confusion. Okay, don't do that. That is my suggestion. So let's read the third paragraph now. Now, setting aside such greats as Darwin and Einstein, whose monumental contributions are duly celebrated, right? We suggest that innovation is more a process of trial and error. Okay, good. So he says innovation is a process of trial and error. This is what you have to remember. And then, where two steps forward may sometimes come with one step back, as well as one or more step to the right or left. Okay. This evolutionary view of human innovation undermines the notion of creative genius and recognizes the cumulative nature of scientific progress. Okay. Okay, good. Yes. Now, what is he saying in paragraph 3? So he's talking about setting aside. Setting aside means he just want to keep aside these two guys. He's not talking about Darwin and Einstein, because setting aside means he's accepting, right? Except these guys. What do you mean by setting aside greats as Darwin and Einstein means? Except Darwin and Einstein, he's talking about other cases now, whose monumental contributions are duly celebrated. Okay, he says the innovation is a process of trial and error, right? And this evolutionary view of human innovation undermines the notion of creative genius. Now, it is important to understand the meaning of this word undermines. Okay, undermines means like wearing away or threatens away, takes away the notion of creative genius, and recognizes the cumulative nature of scientific progress. Okay, so except these Darwin and Einstein, there are also he's talking about the evolutionary view of human innovation. Okay, now let's read the options. Right, they represent an exception to a general rule. Okay, so he's talking about an exception to a general rule. I think yes, option A is close enough. Okay, I think option A is close enough. So let's keep it on hold. Let's read the other options. Their way of working has been misunderstood. No, it is not misunderstood. It is duly celebrated. See, he says duly celebrated. So yeah, I don't think it is misunderstood. Okay, so B is wrong. They are an ideal which others should inspire to. He is not talking about any inspiration. He said the first word is setting aside these guys, except these guys. So he's not talking about an inspiration, aspiring. Okay. Their achievements deserve greater recognition. No, they are already recognized. He says whose monumental contributions are duly celebrated. It means their recognitions are highly recognized, their innovations, right? So I don't think these also suiting. So I think obviously, clearly, A is the answer. Okay. 29. This is also easy, guys, because B, C, D, they are clearly wrong according to the passage. So obviously, A is the only option that is close enough. They represent an exception to general rule. Yes. What is that exception? These guys, Darwin and Einstein. Okay. Right. Let's read the next one. John Nicholson is an example of a person whose idea. So he's talking about John Nicholson and he is an example. So let's read about this guy. Where is this guy? Yes, he is in the next paragraph itself. Okay, we don't have to worry, search for him much. Okay, so let's read the next paragraph and answer this one. And he's talking about some example. So where is that example? Let's read that. Okay. Right. So consider one unheralded scientist, John Nicholson. Unheralded means, guys, unrecognized. Okay, who's not well known. Okay, not well-known person is called unheralded. Okay, it's important to know the meanings, guys. I would suggest you to learn some vocabulary, okay, which would be really helpful for you in the exam. If you learn at least 5 words a day, okay, within a month you can learn at least 150 new words, okay. Try to learn at least few words. Try reading newspapers every day. Then you'll get to know new words. It will be really good for you, okay. That will help you a lot. So consider one unheralded scientist, John Nicholson, a mathematical physicist working in the 1910s who postulated the existence of photo elements in outer space. Okay. So by combining different number of weights of these proto elements atoms, Nicholson could recover the weights of all the elements in then known uh, periodic table. Okay. Good. These successes are all more noteworthy given the fact that Nicholson was wrong about the presence of photoelements, but they do not actually exist. Yet, amid his often fanciful theories and wild speculations, Nicholson also proposed a novel theory about the structure of atoms. Niels Bohr, the Nobel Prize winning father of modern atomic theory, jumped off from this interesting idea to conceive his now famous model of the atom. Okay. So in this passage, he's saying that Nicholson, who is not a well-known scientist, he started the work on proto-elements in the outer space, like, right? So Nicholson could recover the weights of all the elements in the then-known periodic table. So you have to underline such important words, guys. Okay, in the exam also, try to underline the keywords. It will be easy for you guys, right? So all the more noteworthy given the fact that Nicholson was wrong about the presence of proto-element, they do not actually exist. Okay. So yes, Nicholson also proposed a novel theory about structure of atoms. Okay. So look at this guy, Niels Bohr. What he jumped off from this interesting idea. So whose idea was this? This idea was from Nicholson. So Niels Bohr took his idea and he worked on that and he came up with the now famous model of the atom. Okay, so this is what this passage says. Now read it here. Established his reputation as an influential scientist. No, he was not at all influential scientist. He was, see, here he said unheralded. I told you, right? He means unknown. So yes, he is not influential. A is wrong. Okay. Was only fully understood at a later point in history? No. He was not fully known? No, because Niels Bohr was recognized and he got the Nobel Prize for that. But Nicholson did not get any prize, so he was not fully understood at any point, right? So B is also gone. Laid the foundations for someone else's breakthrough. Okay, I think yes. This looks close enough to me. Okay, someone else's breakthrough. Who's that someone? Mr. Niels Bohr, right? So he laid the foundation for uh, Niels Bohr achievement. So I think C is close enough. I think C is the answer. But let's read D as well. Initially met with skepticism from the scientific community. No, he did not talk about any scientific community, anything like that, right? So clearly C is the right answer, guys. Okay. So yes, this was easy. All right. Now, let's move to the 31st question. What is the key point of interest about the AC-DC stirrup placement? Okay, he's talking about some AC-DC. So where is this word? So let's not waste any time and let us jump to that word. Okay, so can you see any word here called AC-DC? I cannot see. I did not see anything, right? There's nothing in this passage about AC-DC. Where is that? Hmm. Yes, here it is. See this one. AC/DC stirrup placement, right? So he's talking about what is the key point of interest. Okay. So let's read this paragraph and try to understand. Okay. So wherever you see the keywords, just jump to that paragraph, guys. Okay. This is one more trick. So if you keep reading this paragraph, it will waste your time. Okay. So this question is about AC/DC. So we'll jump to this paragraph directly and we'll read that. Okay. So support for this evolutionary view of Behavioral innovation comes from many domains. Okay, consider one example of the influential innovation in US horse racing, so-called ACDC stirrup placement, in which the rider's foot is in his left stirrup is placed as much as 25 centimeters lower than the right. Okay, is believed to confer important speed advantages. So when turning on oval tracks. Okay. So here he says by placing the left stirrup, means the left foot 25 centimeters less than the right foot, when they take the turnings in the oval track, they will have some speed advantage. That's what he says. It was developed by a relatively unknown jockey named Jackie Westrop. Okay. Had Westrop conducted methodological investigations or examined extensive film records in a plan to outrun his rivals? Had he foreseen the speed advantage that would be conferred by riding the ACDC? No. So the answer to the questions is no. He suffered a leg injury, okay, which left him unable to fully bend his left knee. His modification just happened to coincide with enhanced left hand turning performance. Okay. So this was not an experiment. He had a leg injury. Because of that, he placed his left knee below, like 25 centimeters less than the right one, right? So this led to the rapid and widespread adoption of the riding ACDC by many riders, and a racing style which continues in today's thoroughbred racing. Okay. So this invention, he did not do any experiments or investigations, right? Because he had a leg injury, he has to and he was unable to fully bend his left knee, right? So his modification just happened to coincide with the enhanced left hand turning performance. Okay, now what is he saying here? So the simple reason why it was invented. Okay, yeah, I think yes, he talked about the invention and the simple reason. I think A is close enough to the question. That is the key point of interest. So let's keep A on hold, okay, and we'll talk about the next options, okay? The enthusiasm with which it was adopted. No, I don't think so. He did not talk about any enthusiasm. And the research that went into its development. Was there any research, guys? No, there was no research. See, had he conducted any methodological investigations or extensive film records? No, the answer is no. So there was no research at all. It was like pure coincidence, right? The cleverness of the person who first used it? No, it was not cleverness. It was just he had a leg injury. Because of that, he placed his left foot low, right? So hence, I think A is the clear answer here. Okay. So B, C, D, they are very like simple. You can eliminate them, right? So I think you got the answers for 27 to 31. And now let's move to the next question, 32. So here we have S, no, not given. Okay, so I want to tell you guys whenever the answer is C, the statement agrees with the claims of the writer. The statement agrees. Whenever the question given here is agreeing with the passage, it is yes. When the question is not agreeing, means contradicts, means opposite in meaning, then it is no. If it is impossible to say what writer thinks, then it is not given. Okay, there is very slight difference in no and not given. Should be easy to understand. Okay, contradicts. If the meaning is opposite, then it is no. If there is nothing given in the paragraph, then it is not given. Okay, try to understand. It's quite very important. Now, let's read the next question. Acknowledging people such as Plato and Da Vinci as geniuses will help us understand the process by which great minds create new ideas. Okay, he's talking about Plato and Da Vinci. So let's read where are these guys in the passage. Mm, where are these guys? Are they here in this one? No, I don't see any Da Vinci codes or yes, yeah, these guys. Plato and Da Vinci is here. So let's read this. Okay. So the notions of insight, creativity, and genius are often invoked, but they remain vague and of doubtful scientific utility, especially when one considers the diverse and enduring contributions of the individuals such as Plato and Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Galileo, Newton, Pasteur, and Edison. These notions merely label rather than explain the evolution of human innovations. We need another approach, and there is a compromising candidate. Okay, promising candidate. Sorry. So, what did you understand? Acknowledging people such as these as geniuses will help us understand the process by which great minds create new ideas. Okay, I don't think so. I think the answer is in the last sentence, guys. Okay, so he listed all these scientists, and what does he say in the end? These notions merely label, see, merely label, rather than explain the evolution of human innovations. Oh, yes. It means it is difficult to understand the process, right? They are only labeling them as geniuses. But rather than explaining the evolution of human innovations, we have another approach, he says. See. So this approach is not helpful to understand the process, right? So acknowledging people such as these as geniuses will help us understand the process. No, it will not help us. It will only merely label rather than explaining the evolution of human innovation. So I think 32 is no, right? Because it is completely opposite in meaning, right? 32, let me write it here. It is completely opposite in meaning. So answer is clearly no. Okay. Mm. So let's read the next one. The law of effect was discovered at a time when psychologists were seeking a scientific reason why creativity occurs. Okay, so there are a lot of keywords here, right? Law of effect, psychologists, scientific reason, and creativity occurs. So let us read where is this law of effect? I think it is in the next paragraph itself, right? The law of effect is clearly here. So let's read that. So the law of effect was advanced by psychologist Edward Thorndike in 1898, some 40 years after Charles Darwin published his groundbreaking work on biological evolution. Okay. On the origin of species, this simple law holds that organisms tend to repeat successful behaviors and to refrain from performing the unsuccessful ones. Just like Darwin's law of natural selection, the law of effect involves an entirely mechanical process of variation and selection without any end objective inside. Okay, so there is no end objective. So law of effect was advanced by psychologists in 1898, some 40 years. He says some 40 years after Darwin published his groundbreaking work on biological evolution. Okay, so after 40 years, Darwin published this book. This law of effect came into picture. Okay, on the origin of species, this simple law holds that organisms tend to repeat successful behaviors like okay, and by refraining from the unsuccessful ones. Just like Darwin's natural selection, the law of effect involves an entirely mechanical process of variation and selection. Okay. So what is the question now? The law of effect was discovered at a time when psychologists were seeking a scientific reason why creativity occurs. Okay. So here he gave what time it was discovered in 1898, and after 40 years of the Charles Darwin published this book. But what is given here at a time when psychologists were seeking a scientific reason why creativity occurs? Is it given in the paragraph? Is it given in the paragraphs that scientists were seeking for a reason on why creativity occurs? No, I don't think it's mentioned in this paragraph, right? Uh, so I think the answer should be not given, right? Yep. So obviously the answer is not given, guys. Okay. Now, what is the next one? The law of effect states that no planning is involved in behavior of organism. He says there is no planning. So he's talking about some planning now. So let's read where is that. Let's read the next paragraph. Of course, the origin of human innovation demands much further study. In particular, the provenance of raw material on which the law of effect operates is not as clearly known as that of genetic mutations on which the law of natural selection operates. The generation of novel ideas and behaviors may not be entirely random, but constrained by prior success and failures of the current individual, such as Bohr's or of predecessors Nicholson. Oh, okay. The time seems right for abandoning the naive notions of intelligent design and genius and for scientifically exploring the true origins of creative behavior. Okay. So, what is the question, guys? Law of effect states that no planning is involved in the behavior of organisms. So, this is the keyword. No planning is involved. Mm, read this. Of course, the origin of human demands much. So, coming to the 34, right? The law of effect states that no planning is involved in the behavior of organisms, right? So, if when we read this one, look at this, just like Darwin's law of natural selection, the law of effect involves an entirely mechanical process of variation and selection without any end objective in sight. It means there is no end objective, there is no goal here, right? What is the end objective? There is nothing. It means there is no planning, right? Obviously, it is an entirely mechanical process of variation and selection. So the law of effect states that there is no planning is involved in the behavior of organisms. Yes. Yes, he's talking about these successful behaviors and to refrain from the unsuccessful ones. So there is no planning. Entirely, it's a mechanical process of variation and selection without any end objective. Hence 34, I think it is yes, right? Yes, 34 is yes, clearly, right? Now let's talk about 35. The law of effect sets out clear explanation. I think I have just underlined this. The law of effect sets out clear explanations about the sources of new ideas and behaviors. So where is the source? As we read this paragraph, I understood. See, of course, the origin of human innovation demands further study. In particular, the provenance of the raw material on which the law of effect operates is not clearly known as that of genetic mutations, right? On which the law of natural selection operates. So obviously it is not clearly known. See, law of sets out clear explanations about the sources. See, it is direct answer, right? It's a direct answer, guys. In particular, the provenance of raw material on which the raw material means see this on which the law of effect operates is not as clearly known as that of genetic mutations. It is not clearly known. Here he says sets out clear explanations about the sources of new ideas. No. So it is completely opposite, right? So what is the answer, guys? It's completely opposite. So answer is no. Now let's read the 36. Many scientists are now turning away from the notion of intelligent design and genius. So he's talking about the many scientists who are turning away from the notion of intelligent design and genius. Is it true? Uh, the time seems right for abandoning, okay, turning away, okay, the naive notions of intelligent design and genius, and for scientifically exploring the true origins of creative behavior. Okay, we have some keywords, intelligent design and genius and abandoning. But he says many scientists are now turning away. This is the main thing that we have to observe, right? He says many scientists are turning away. Did he say that exactly? No. He says the time seems right for abandoning these ideas, right? He didn't mention about any scientist or many scientists or some scientists, right? So this is where you have to be careful. This is a trick now. Okay, this whole part is matching, but this is not matching. Many scientists are now turning away. This is up till here, it is not matching. After this, it is there in the paragraph, but before this, it is not there. So, what is the answer? Clearly, it is not given, right? So, yes, guys. So, this should be the answers. Okay. I hope you are liking my explanation and I hope you understand. Let me know if it is difficult to understand my explanation. Okay. I'll try to explain it in a better way in the coming videos at least. Okay. So just let me know that. Just give me your feedback on my explanations. Okay. In the comment section so that I can improve if there is any, if I'm lacking something, right? Now, this paragraph is about the origins of creative behavior. Okay, so let's read this. The traditional view of scientific discovery is that breakthrough happens when a single great mind has sudden dash. Traditional view means I think we read about this in the first paragraph, right? Common view, traditional view. I think so. He's talking about the traditional view, guys, of scientific discovery, and that is breakthroughs. So this is also keyword, right? So here we read about some breakthroughs in the first paragraph. What were those? Yeah, breakthroughs. So see, the conventional wisdom also plays great weight on insight in promoting the breakthrough scientific achievements as if ideas spontaneously pop into someone's head. See, he's talking about breakthroughs happen when a single great mind has sudden dash. Sudden is the keyword, guys. Okay. Suddenly means spontaneously, right? Spontaneously, suddenly, these two are keywords. As if the ideas, okay, ideas pop into someone's mind. So idea should be your answer, right? So invention, goals, compromise, mistakes, luck, inspiration. I think inspiration is the better word. So he did not give the exact word here, guys. Okay. You need to be careful. You need to see which word fits into this blank. Okay. So here it is given ideas, but ideas is not there in the matching list. So what will you do? You have to select a word which is close to the ideas and which is fitting into this context. Okay. He changed it. He changed he paraphrased it, the whole sentence, right? So you need to select the right word. So inspiration, I think F is a right word here. Okay, let me just write it. So I think F is the most suitable word. So you have to pick that. Okay. So you have to pick the most suitable word in the blank. Okay. Now, uh, advances are more likely to be result of a longer process. In some cases, this process involves dash, such as Nicholson's theory about proto-elements. So here is your hint. Now he is talking about Nicholson. So where is this guy? He is in this paragraph, right? So we need to read this and understand again, right? So he's talking about advances are more likely to be the result of a longer process. In some cases, this process involves, so he's talking about some process here. So John Nicholson, working in 1910s, proto-elements by combining different number of weights. Okay, Nicholson could recover the weights of all the elements. The success are all more noteworthy given the fact that Nicholson was wrong. See, he was wrong about the presence of proto-elements. They do not actually exist. Yet, his often fanciful theories and speculations also proposed a theory about the atoms, right? So, yes. So, what do you think is the answer, guys? Tell me. These successes, okay, he's talking about, see, advances are more likely to be the result of longer process. In some cases, this process involves dash, such as Nicholson's theory about proto-elements. See, it was the theory about the proto-elements, right? Proto-elements. Now, what does he say? These success are all the more noteworthy given the fact that Nicholson was wrong about the presence of proto-elements. They do not actually exist. So he was wrong about the existence of proto-elements. So this process involves what? Wrong means I think mistakes is the right word, right? Invention, goals, compromise, luck, experiments. No, mistakes is the right word. Involves wrong. It is like trial and error, right? So yeah. So I think mistakes. D is most suitable word here. So I think 38 should be D. So let's move to the next question, guys. In others, simple necessity may provoke innovation, as with the Westropp's decision to modify the position of his riding stirrups, right? There is also often an element of dash. For example, the coincidence is talking about coincidence of ideas that led to the invention of post-it note. Okay, so he's talking about the Westrop, means this guy, the Jackie Westrop, right? So what did he do here? I had to read the question multiple times, guys. Okay. In other simple necessity may provide innovation, as with the Westrop decision to modify the position of his red strip. There is also an often an element of dash. For example, the coincidence of ideas that led to the innovation of the note. Okay. So he's talking about some coincidence, right? So yes, here he suffered a leg injury which left him unable to fully bend his left knee. His modification just happened to coincide, means coincidence of riding by many, a racing style which continues in today's racing as so. Okay, right? So what is he talking about now? So he has some questions here, right? Did he do any investigations? No. Did he had any film records? No. Any speed advantage by riding the AC/DC? No. Answer is no. But because he suffered a leg injury, he just made some adjustments, right? Modifications means adjustments, and it just happened to coincide with the this. So which is the best suitable word here? So often have an element of dash, invention, goals, compromise, luck, experiment. I think luck is the right word, guys, right? Luck suits here very well. They should have an element of luck. What is that luck? This one. Because he suffered a leg injury, he has to adjust his left knee and the in comparison to the right knee. And it happened to be a good one, right? It turned out to be a good experiment. So yes, see, his modification just happened to coincide with enhanced left hand turning performance. So performance obviously it increased. This led to the rapid and widespread adoption of this by many riders. Yes. So there is also often an element of luck, for example. So I think this should be E. Okay, let's move to the last question, guys, now. With both the law of natural selection and law of effect, there may be no clear dash involved. He's talking about something which is not clear. Okay, that is the keyword, but merely a process of variation and selection. Okay, so I think he's talking about the last two, three paragraphs, right? I think when we read, let's read this one, guys. Okay, law of effect was advanced by psychologists this in this year. After the Charles Darwin published his groundbreaking work on this, the origin of species, this simple law holds that organisms tend to repeat their successful behaviors and to refrain from the unsuccessful ones. Just like Darwin's law of natural selection, law of effect involves an entirely mechanical process of variation selection without any end objective in sight. Okay. So without any end objective. So what is the better word? He says may be no clear dash involved. without any end objective inside, without any invention, goals, compromise. What is that? I think goals is the right word, right? End objective. What is the synonym for end objective? Goals. Yeah, it's clear. I think this one is a pretty easy one, right? So without any end objective, without any goals, that is the best answer, right, guys? So, yes, I think we have our answers. So yes, guys. So one thing you need to keep in mind is that options will be more, okay? So here we have just 4 questions, but we have 7 options. So sometimes the options can be tricky. You have to choose the right option. So as we did, okay, you have to read the passage, remember what is given. Okay, underline the keywords, compare the keywords. Okay, try which sentence is paraphrased, which is active voice, passive voice. Okay, these also you should check sometimes. Okay, so the exact word may not be here. Okay, see here it is like without any end objective. Here it is given goals, right? So the exact word will not be given when he gives the matching. He will give the closest synonym. Okay, any word which suits in this paragraph. Okay, see this small paragraph he has just paraphrased everything given in the main passage, right? So yes, so that was our answer for the 40th one. So be careful. This can be a tricky and this can be difficult for you guys. Okay, but just concentrate. Try to improve your vocabulary so that yep. So I hope you understood today's video and the passage. Just let me know in the comment section if I have to explain more deeply or what can I do for you guys to for the better understanding. Okay, and if you want me to solve any specific passages that are very difficult to understand, just mention the passage name in the comment section and I'll solve it for you guys. Okay, so yep, that is the end of today's video. If you like it, please like, share and subscribe. It will be very helpful for me to do more and more videos for you guys. I hope my videos are really helpful for all the IELTS aspirants. Just comment your IELTS score in the reading section if you have followed my videos and given the examination after that. I just want to know how helpful I am to others, okay, and how helpful are my videos for you guys. So if you have given your IELTS test, just post your reading score, okay. So thank you so much and let's meet in some other video. Okay, bye bye.